Well, there we have it. Wipe off those pencil marks. That looks like a factory C-28 badge, but in reality what I used was a 1974 GMC. I used the C badge from the hood emblem, and I used a slash in the 28 from a 69 Camaro rear panel. But I wanted it to look like a factory C-28 badge because the whole theme again was, what if General Motors built a sport truck in 1967 using the Z28 Camaro components. Camaro bumpers, the Camaro Z28 motor, we have a Camaro themed interior, we've got the rear bumper, and we've got the red striped tires with the rally wheels. That's exactly what I wanted to build with this truck, other than it is brand new now from bumper to bumper, rather than originally what I had planned was doing a patinaed truck. Two of my favorite details on the truck are the C28 badges, as well as the Rydell Chevrolet from Grand Forks, North Dakota on the back tailgate. You know why that's so special to me. But, you know, if in 1967 you could buy a brand new sport truck, and this is what I bought, the only thing I might do to this truck now is I'd put a set of wheels and tires on it. Now when you look at the back of the truck, the first thing you're going to notice is that that big, thick chrome bumper is no longer big and thick. I put the Camaro bumper on it. It's much thinner. We had to widen it 14.5 inches, get those re-chromed. Left the bolt holes in there to keep them looking stock. Had to change, of course, the radius that goes around the side. And then to keep it looking like a stock truck, we added the roll pan between the fenders so it wasn't just missing. Made it look stock, but to add to that, we put the Rydell Grand Forks emblem, which is from Wes Rydell's Chevrolet dealership in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Those of you who know who Wes Rydell is knows the significance because I've built several cars with Wes. He's been an incredible customer, and I wanted to pay a little homage. I wanted to put a factory emblem on it or a dealership emblem. Rydell Chevrolet, #1 dealership in America. Now when you open the tailgate, that original wood bed was completely rotted out. And originally I thought I want to put the original fasteners, which are a CAD plated bolt. Now CAD plating will eventually rust. So I took the polished stainless bolts that they have and I sandblasted those to give them that satin look. I didn't want it to look like a show truck. I wanted it to look stock, but that satin look will stay that way. It'll never rust. It'll look good forever. Every project has a life of its own. And when we got into refurbishing the wood in the bed, that was the turning point of this project. And originally I was going to leave the truck all patinaed, but when I started to replace the wood and I got into the bed and I started noticing that there was a lot of spray can paint that was over the top of surface rust. And my dad always taught me, if you're going to do something, do it right. So I thought, all right, I'm going to paint repaint the inside of the bed. So I started sanding that and getting it cleaned up. And as I went, that's when I discovered the whole bed needed to be painted, really. And that way, well, if you're going to do the bed, you got to do the cab. You got to do the front fenders and the hood and the entire truck. But that's where the project became a finished project rather than a patinaed project. I wanted the truck to look like an original factory truck. Originally, I wanted to make it look like a barn find, but now what we have is a truck that looks like it came right out of the factory. It's brand new from bumper to bumper, and I've said it before, I'm much happier with this truck than I would have been with a patinaed truck. This thing's awesome. Well, the C28 pickup is finished here, and the alterations to the front, the visual alterations, of course, are the Camaro bumpers, 14.5 inches wider than a stock Camaro bumper, and then recessing the parking lights. And of course, now we have the roll pan that goes underneath the bumper. But other than that, this truck is all stock in the front. A few years ago, I found an original MO code 67 Z28 Camaro motor. That's the motor in the truck now. I wanted it to look like a stock Z28 Camaro motor. The whole engine compartment, I wanted to look like a stock GM engine compartment. It doesn't look like a hot rod. This looks like something that would have come from the factory. I'm pretty proud of that, and that's a difficult motor to find. Some people probably won't like that I didn't put it back in a Camaro, but I like this because it's totally different, and that is the whole theme. Without that motor, the C28 would never have existed. Inside the C28 pickup, there's not a lot of changes, but if you remember, originally I wanted to put the Camaro dash in here. Once I mocked it up and had it in here, this pad came way back because that Camaro has that hard angle coming back towards you, and it started to feel a little claustrophobic. So I kept the original dash, of course, replaced everything brand new. We've got a Bluetooth radio in here that looks like the stock radio, but you slide that over and actually it comes up, it's all digital, and you can actually run your iPhone off of it and have some great tunes playing. Now, I wanted the interior to look like Camaro, so I chose the orange and black houndstooth, which is known as a Camaro interior. Did the pattern to look like a Z28 Camaro. The shifter, I was originally going to run the 4-speed Muncie, but I went ahead and called my friend Mark at Bowler Transmission. We put a 5-speed in it, but we used a Hurst shifter, so it looks like the stock Camaro. The other subtle change inside the truck is the weather strip that I used on the doors. I went with a late model Chevrolet. Didn't have to change anything on the metal, but that late model weather strip is a double bulb seal. The truck will run a lot quieter and a lot smoother, and no wind noise. Now for direction in the truck, I switched out that original truck steering wheel for a 67 Z28 Camaro wheel with the rosewood, which matched the original dash pad. Pretty cool. The original glove box door was painted silver with a black insert. Now, I put a new gauge bezel, which was chrome, so I also got a new glove box door that was chrome and went ahead and painted the insert black. But the original decal that is in the truck, when you open it up, it has all the options of the truck that are listed on that. And I went ahead and we scanned this, took a picture of it, scanned it, and we produced a new sticker that I put on the door. Now on that sticker, I actually made up some fake numbers, but it has everything that we did to the truck on it as well. Anything with the C28 number is what's related to the truck. So we've got the base truck, which is on there. Now the paint code, it's the original paint color, but BASF gave us a color, and so I added, because the original paint code was a 04521BA, so I added an SF to it, so it's now 04521BASF. Thank you, BASF. Love the paint. And then on here, with all the different things that we added, we've got the front stabilizer and the rear stabilizer with the C28, because we added the sway bars. And we also added the 5-speed transmission. It's on there. The chrome front bumper and chrome rear bumper. The orange cloth trim, the panoramic cab is stock, the, let's see, all that stock. The 302 cubic inch V8 MO engine, MO for the code of what it actually is. And then we've got the, let's see, MagnaFlow stainless steel exhaust, Hotchkiss 2-inch lowered suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes, and originally the 15x8 rally wheels. I wanted to put that on there, even though we changed it, because the factory wouldn't have put the Foose wheels on it. We did that ourselves. that's it. You know, it's interesting, when you build a project, I always do a sketch so that we know where we're going. But the sketch is just a theme. That's, you know, the truck is the actual artwork. And sometimes you have ideas that don't actually play out in the final bit, like this, the dash. I wanted to pull that in, but it became so claustrophobic that we didn't use that. The other thing is I was going to leave the truck patinaed, but when I got into trying to fix the bed and I found that there was surface rust that had spray can over it and there was some stuff on the outside, I decided to paint the whole truck. And you can't just paint the whole truck and not do everything else, because now it's going to be as if it's a brand new truck. So we ended up blowing the whole truck apart. Originally, we weren't going to pull the cab from the frame. We were going to leave all that patina. But once we pulled it off, then we're looking at the frame. All right, let's powder coat, not just the frame, but absolutely every single part on the truck in the undercarriage. So now, from bumper to bumper, this truck is brand new. It's not what we intended to do in the original sketch, but it's way better than it was going to be, and I'm much happier. You know, now that the C-28 project is finished, I want to take a moment and thank everybody that helped me to build my dream truck. And you know, now that it is done, the first thing I want to do is go drive the wheels off of it. But we're going to take it to SEMA. 3M is nice enough to put it in their booth. I'll get to meet and, you know, say hello to a few people, sign some autographs. But I'm so excited to share this with everybody at SEMA, and to be in the 3M booth is truly an honor for all of us here at Foose Design. But you know, before we go to SEMA, why don't we go around the block once? I'm excited. Let's go. I said we go for a ride.